You asked for it, so here is my pasta, shrimp, and broccoli recipe. I use half a cup of gluten-free pasta. I boil it, and then I add my broccoli directly into that. So while the pasta's cooking, let the broccoli cook. In a separate pan, saute shrimp. I did about 10. Strain your pasta and broccoli, add it to the shrimp, add 1 tablespoon of avocado oil or olive oil, salt, pepper, red chili flakes, and enjoy. It's so easy. It takes about 15 minutes and tastes great. Joey, come here. Bite it. You like it?
Yeah. More?
This is not your average buffalo cauliflower recipe. This is a gluten-free honey hot sauce glazed dinner for $5. So let's turn our attention to our side dish to start, which is going to be celery. Go ahead and chop that up and put that off to the side. Then our main ingredient is obviously going to be some cauliflower. Make sure you slice this into some nice bite-sized pieces. After that, we're going to create our batter. So gluten-free flour will be the base of this, and you can get this from Target or really anywhere else. Go ahead and use 3 tablespoons of that, followed by some paprika and oat milk. This is a simple recipe. Do not overthink the amount of ingredients, you guys. Just whatever will get you to this nice pancake batter consistency when it's all said and done is all you need to do. After that is done, go ahead and take your cauliflower and dunk it into the batter and place it on either a oven tray or an air fryer, whichever you want to use for this recipe. Both of these methods will use 375 degrees for about 20 minutes. Then basically once you have completed that, you're going to want to make your glaze. It's going to be a couple tablespoons of honey followed by a hot sauce of your choice. The hot sauce will overtake the honey and the glaze should end in a liquidy consistency. Once the cauliflower is about halfway done cooking, apply a first coating of this, and when it's completed, apply a second coating of the same measurements. Toss it, and then it should be thoroughly coated with your honey hot sauce glaze. And that is it, you guys. That is a healthy, affordable dinner for $5 that can fit a lot of different dietary restrictions. I hope you enjoyed.
Alright guys, it's 11 p.m. I just got home from work and I'm going to show you how I make a super fast, healthy, and delicious dinner right when I get home. First, I get a bowl to make some edamame. I eat both shelled or regular, so today I'm doing regular. Then I just microwave it for about 5 minutes till it gets super cooked. Okay, while the edamame is in, this is when I start cooking on the stove. So first things first, pan and some heat. Okay, then I take these sliced onions from Whole Foods, that come pre-sliced, put some in the pan, and okay, the whole thing can fall out. Alright, but I just keep it in the freezer basically so that it lasts a lot longer, and then I just let it defrost and cook, and that's the first thing in the pan. The next thing I use is these mushrooms from Trader Joe's. So good. They just have olive oil, garlic, and parsley, and they're amazing. So I'll just put some of these guys in. I love them, so we'll put a lot. Alright, now it's been cooking for a little bit. I'm going to use these lentils from Trader Joe's also. This is in the refrigerator section. Last forever, and they're already pre-cooked and delicious. I already have an open one, so I'm just going to pour some of these lentils into this mix. Then I like to make it crispy, so I just put the fire on super high and just keep tossing it around basically. Also, my edamame is ready now. The bowl is super hot, but I'll just be snacking on this now while this is getting ready, so I'm not like grabbing random foods. Okay, it's starting to get super crispy, so now I'm just going to put some spinach on it. If that's good. And then I'll just cover it so it can get super soggy and then mix it all together. Okay, I just finished all my edamame, so I rinsed out the bowl so I can just use the same bowl. Super easy. Well, here is our food. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Alright, now I can put it all into this bowl. This is seriously so good. You can add any seasoning. I put salsa, hot sauce, lime. Lemon is really good in it. Nutritional yeast. You basically name any kind of spice or thing to enhance it, and it's delicious. Actually, because we're talking lemon, I am gonna squeeze some because it makes it, like, adding citrus to things is so freaking good. Okay, now just mix it all together and you have like the best dinner ever. All right, it's 11:15. That literally took no time. I have this. I'll probably eat an orange and an apple after, grab a poppy, but enjoy this. So good. Go make it.
I just got done working out and I want to make one of my favorite weeknight dinners. Perfect if you've got some produce that's going bad, or if you only have 20 minutes, because that's all this is going to take. I don't eat any kind of way, but this is dairy-free, gluten-free, low-carb, keto, paleo, all the things. You need a pound of shrimp, some sausage, any veggies. These are the ones that are going bad in my fridge. First, cover your shrimp in Old Bay. Add them to a hot pan, fry for just a couple minutes. Chop your veggies while the shrimp is cooking. Set your shrimp aside and then add a little bit of oil to the pan. Once your hard veggies like onions and peppers are cooked through, now we're gonna add the zucchini and the pre-cooked sausage because they just don't need to cook as long. We're gonna add our shrimp back in and a little bit of garlic, or a lot of garlic, measure with your heart. Add some salt, pepper, red pepper flakes. Boom, there she is. Let me know if you try this one.
For meal prep this week, we are making power bowls. These power bowls are packed with protein and filled with veggies and so yummy. I actually got the best compliment from my husband on this dish. He said, "Danny, you just have a way of making healthy food taste really, really good." And that just warmed my heart. I mean, these power bowls are pretty simple. You're just baking sweet potatoes and some broccoli, cauliflower, and searing some chicken. I think what really makes this dish pop is the use of seasonings and the Trader Joe's hot honey. So not only was this meal prep super simple, but it was also really delicious. It's my favorite kind of cooking. Feel free to add some grains or some avocado to make this dish more filling, or keep it just as it is. It's great for lunches, dinners, meal prep, and just a healthy, hearty meal. Be sure to check out my page for more healthy meal prep ideas. I have a couple of Meal Prep Mondays pinned on my profile. And if you make this dish, I'd love to hear from you. Cheers!
Down 97 pounds. One of my best weight loss secrets for when it comes to eating is keep it really simple. For breakfast, I do half of my breakfast is fiber-filled carbohydrates and half of my breakfast is protein. About a year ago, I found out that I had a sensitivity to eggs, dairy, gluten, soy, and a couple other things. And so it's been really hard for me to get protein in at breakfast. I used to eat eggs every single day. And while I like protein shakes, I don't like to do them every single day for breakfast. So I'm starting with Adele's chicken apple sausage. We also have the pineapple bacon one. I picked this up at Costco. Last time I was at Costco, they only had the chicken apple sausage, but it is so good. I'm gonna heat this up in a frying pan. While that gets going, I am going to cut up half an avocado. You know it's gonna be a good day when your avocado looks like this. 2 pieces of gluten-free bread in the toaster. While that is cooking, I'm just gonna smash up my avocado. Top it with some everything but the bagel seasoning. Got my chicken apple sausage, and I just made breakfast in less than 5 minutes.
Let's make thyroid-friendly, hormone-friendly chicken fajitas. This is what makes it thyroid and hormone supporting, okay? Bell peppers are a phenomenal source of vitamin C. They have even more vitamin C than oranges, which is great for the adrenals. We need healthy adrenals for healthy hormones and healthy thyroid function. So I'm not keto, but I have to give credit to this cookbook because it's phenomenal. I've made every single thing in here, and I just add rice or potatoes as a carb source, and it is just like chef's kiss. These are the seasonings you'll need. We're just gonna pop those on there. We're gonna do a 1/4 cup of olive oil, which is an incredible anti-inflammatory. Don't buy pepper from Aldi. Have you guys ever bought pepper from Aldi? Because this grinder, like, nothing's coming out. So the recipe calls for chicken breast, but to make this more thyroid and hormone supporting, I'm actually going to use chicken thigh, and that's because chicken thigh has significantly more zinc compared to chicken breast, and we need zinc for healthy hormones, especially the second half of our cycle, and we need zinc for T4 to T3 conversion, which is how we convert our inactive thyroid hormone to our active thyroid hormone. I always like to call these cooking videos Fiona's ADHD kitchen because I end up like not buying half of the ingredients I need. I should have used lime, but I have lemon juice, so that's gonna work, sure. Onions are a great source of sulfur, which is a precursor to glutathione, which is the master antioxidant for our liver, and 70 to 90% of our thyroid hormone is converted in our liver, so slice thinly. The best thing I have ever spent my money on as an adult is a pan with a silicone sheet. It makes your cleanup time so much faster because there's not stuff sticking to your pan. So you're just gonna take all of the peppers and the onions and chicken and spread it out on a sheet pan. How beautiful and colorful. You're gonna preheat your oven to 400 and these are gonna go in for about 25 minutes. If you have ADHD like me, sheet pan meals. That cookbook I showed you is all one sheet pan meal. So you only have to clean up one pan. You're welcome. I'm just gonna heat up this packet of rice. I'm gluten-free because of my Hashimoto's, so we're gonna use corn tortillas instead of flour. I'm gonna do avocado oil, flaky salt, paprika, and then we're gonna toast these up. Now we're just gonna add the fajitas. So normal dairy makes my skin break out like crazy. I get eczema, but for some reason, A2 dairy does not do that. So I'm gonna use this as like a sour cream on top. Leave me a comment if you guys want more recipes like this. Oh my goodness.
I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I only have 5 minutes for lunch. And since I avoid all gluten and dairy, I've mastered some healthy 5-minute meals. I like to call this one my pesto tortilla pizza. I used an almond flour tortilla with vegan pesto and topped it with some leftover chicken and avocado. On the side, I put some of my favorite baked chips with the dill hummus. Honestly, this is so easy and delicious. I could eat this almost every day. Should this be a series?
Hey y'all, if you love one-pot meals as much as I do, this is going to be your new favorite. Heat a couple tablespoons of olive oil or butter in a pan over medium-high heat. Add 1 pound to 1.5 pounds of cut-up chicken breast or tender. Add the following spices: 1/2 teaspoon paprika, 1/2 teaspoon garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1/2 teaspoon pepper, and a tablespoon of Italian seasoning. Add in 1 chopped small white onion and 1 cup of rinsed and drained rice and stir that up. Add in a bag of fresh broccoli florets and stir again. Once everything's kind of coated, add in 2.5 cups of chicken broth. Stir that all up, put the lid on, and then don't peek again for 18 minutes. After 18 minutes, take that lid off, and at this point, this would be a delicious meal, but we're gonna make it a little more rich. Add in 1/2 cup of heavy cream, about 1/2 cup to 1 cup of shaved Parmesan cheese. Then I like to add in some more veggies, so I add in a bunch of spinach. Put the lid back on and then let that steam for 3 minutes. At the end of 3 minutes, take that lid off and stir everything up. It's going to be creamy, melty, cheesy, so flavorful. Enjoy!
Okay. For those of you who are gluten-free and miss rice-a-roni, like I do, I make this for my family. They seem to love it. 3 cups a minute rice, about 1/3 of a package of gluten-free spaghetti noodles. I just crunch them up with my hands. I have 5 cups of water. This is what I use for my beef flavoring. It's gluten-free, tastes great. A can of corn, and 2 pounds of hamburger. Cooking this with 4 tablespoons of butter, just like you would regular rice-a-roni, till it gets a little bit brown, and then we're gonna add the beef broth. So this is what it looks like when it's all mixed together. The corn is drained. You don't have to if you don't want to. Just add a little bit more rice. And then I'll just cook this until all the liquid is absorbed into the rice and the noodles. So I like it just plain the way it is in the pan right now, but my family really likes it with some taco seasoning. They'll add some black beans, some cheese, some sour cream, some salsa, and they'll make taco bowls with it. So enjoy.
When you're having a lazy day and you don't feel like standing in the kitchen to cook all day, put together this right here. Some of this too. Just mix all of it together. Then add some frozen hash browns and some melted butter. And then just stir everything in. Now just get you a baking dish and spray it with some Pam. Pour everything in. Flatten it and put it in a 350 degrees oven, 45 minutes covered. Take it out, sprinkle more cheese, and put it on broil for a couple minutes.
I'm hungry, so let's make lunch. Okay, so I've seen everyone and their mother eating halloumi fries from McDonald's. I can't eat them because I'm gluten-free, so let's make our own. I'm just going to blitz up some stale bread. I'm also going to add some parmesan to this mixture. Got myself 3 plates. To one plate I'm going to add my breadcrumbs. To another plate I'm going to add an egg. The third, some gluten-free plain flour. I'm going to get my halloumi and cut it into sticks. They look a little something like this. I'm going to dip our halloumi into our egg mixture, into our flour, and then back into the egg mixture, then into our breadcrumbs. I'm going to heat some oil in a pan, and then we're going to pop in our halloumi very carefully. Whilst they're cooking, I'm going to make some dips. I'm going to add some mayo to a bowl, a little sriracha, red wine vinegar, and some homemade spicy honey. Please be super careful because the oil burnt my arm, and I'm just going to stack them on my plate. Whilst they're still hot, I'm going to sprinkle on some seasoning. You can choose whatever. Finish, I'm going to drizzle over some spicy honey. Oh my God. Serve it with your favourite drink and enjoy.